What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody had an excellent week. It's a beautiful weather in New Jersey. Hopefully the weather stays like this on Sunday for Jets Dolphins. I hope I'm not rushing through this video too quickly because I'm running late for a concert. But anyway, so Jets Dolphins, this is probably the biggest game in Robert Saleh's early career at the Jets. You're coming off a win, AFC East rival, home game. The crowd should be fired up. A lot of anticipation, a lot of buildup. So what Jets team shows up? And that's the hardest part of doing this preview is I think right now it's safe to say the Dolphins are one of the better teams in the AFC. They got big wins over Buffalo, New England, Baltimore. The Jets have, one remarkable win over the Browns where they got a lot of breaks. Last week's comeback victory over the Steelers was phenomenal. So it's like what version of each team do you believe in? So the Dolphins, I think, they come into this game with extra rest coming off a Thursday night game, which is big. It gives Teddy Bridgewater a lot more time to get acclimated in the offense, develop more chemistry with his team. Also gives the team a lot more time to game plan for Zach Wilson as he returns, see what he was doing good, see what he's not doing good. So that's going to be a big factor. For the Jets, you got to see what the injury report is. You don't really know what Dwayne Brown is. Will he be active? Will he not? What's the offensive line going to be? So those kind of unknowns, this video can kind of be, in a day from now, be outdated. So on offense, Miami, they're playmakers. You got Tyreek Hill, you got Jalen Waddle, you got Gesicki. I think first and foremost, they're going to challenge the Jets defensive line and try to run the ball with Mostert and see if you can establish that. If they can establish that, if they can establish any type of running game, it is going to be a very difficult day for the Jets defense. Other thing I think they're going to do is I think, the Jets have, in DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner, they have two very good corners where I think Miami may try to attack other aspects of their defense, attack the linebackers, attack the safeties, use Gesicki, use different players to, they're going to go after Tyreek. They'll use Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but I think they're going to try to find holes in the Jets defense. The other thing, too, you got to worry about the Jets defense is they usually play zone on first and second down and then get aggressive on third down. If you give Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle open spots in the zone to catch the ball and get yards after the catch, going to be a long-ass day. Saleh's got to come up with a more creative game plan to not let their playmakers just run all over the field. So that's going to be interesting to see as well. I'm just fascinated to see how that plays out, to be honest with you. The Jets' defensive line has got to get a pass rush. I like Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's an accurate quarterback. And honestly, I think he probably has a better vertical ball than Tua. But I've been wrong many times before. So can the Jets defense get pressure? Will Bryce Huff, be active? Can he do some things? Carl Lawson, slowly but surely, has kind of come on. Quinn Williams in the middle has got to be disruptive. And then hopefully you can get contributions from, Jermaine Johnson. On offense, I think the Jets are going to be really challenged. I think Miami's going to come after them. They're going to be very, very aggressive. The Jets have got to eliminate the big mistakes, turn fumbles, obviously interceptions. Like, don't cave into the pressure and just dropping the ball and throwing the ball all over the place. That's on Zach Wilson. Also on defense, too, you got to watch out for the blown coverages and stupid penalties. But this game, the Jets, where they're at right now, cannot afford these stupid mistakes. They commit 2 to 3 every week. You got to eliminate all of them. You got to play a very solid, sound game this week. So on offense, like I mentioned earlier, what's the offensive line? Like, a part of me wants to see Elijah Vera Tucker stay at left tackle. It does. But if you have Dwayne Brown coming back, and he's probably one of your better linemen, he's not going to play on the right. So then you move AVT back. And then if Dwayne Brown does play, how healthy is he? What kind of shape is he in? Can he last the full game? If the offensive line can do anything, I think the Jets want to run the ball a little bit more. You don't want to have, Zach Wilson throwing the ball 50 times this week, because I think the Dolphins they're going to blitz. They're going to come after you. So if the Dolphin defense is aggressive, I'm hoping that Mike LaFleur, now that he has a week of seeing what Zach Wilson can do, can actually scheme a play where they have more checkdowns, more safety valves. Utilize the tight ends. Utilize Uzuma. Utilize Conklin. If you want to get Rucker involved. The running backs out of the backfield, Breece Hall has somewhat struggled catching the ball. Use Michael Carter more. Have bubble screens to Garrett Wilson. Like, you got to, if they're going to be really attacking, take advantage of the aggressive nature and get them off balance by the short passing game. And then it comes to Zach Wilson actually completing those passes. So this matchup is really interesting. I just think this is such a big game for the Jets, man. I mean, you talk about all gas, no break. You talk about the culture's changing. You're talking about not the same old Jets. On paper, the Dolphins should win this game. They're the better team. They are. I saw some predictions today with Darren Rovell saying the Jets should lose by a touchdown. Chris Sims, I think, isn't really buying in. I think people are giving the Jets credit for having talent, but they're not sure if they're there enough where they're going to start competing with the better teams in the NFL. Can they go toe to toe with the Dolphins? Can they go toe to toe with whoever, Buffalo? You're not, and they don't have a resume of it. Like Robert Saleh doesn't have a resume of winning big games like this. Zach Wilson doesn't have a resume, having putting together 2 or 3 big games where he's going to really do good things. The fourth quarter made us all encouraged of last week, but now it's like, can he build on it? Is this going to, there's so many things you just don't know. So I'm kind of rambling, I'm rushing a little bit, but in terms of prediction, man, I mean, my mind, my football mind, which is obviously not the best, is saying the Dolphins are going to win this game. But I just have this feeling that the Jets are going to come out with a big time effort. I think they're going to feel the energy of the crowd, and they realize what's at stake here. They haven't won an AFC East game. They're like 12 in a row they lost. They're having problems winning at home. And I think Saleh's been beating home the message. We've got to win home games. We've got to win AFC East games. And I think his message is getting through. I think all this young talent, all these young players are buying in. And I think you're going to get a great effort. I do. And this could be complete blind faith. This is probably me being a fan because the Jets are 2-2 for the first time in God knows how long. And I'm hoping they go 3-2 because I want to have a good season. So I could be completely off the rails here. I'm going to say 27-24 Jets in my Jets fan blind faith mode. But I wouldn't be surprised it's like 28-24 Dolphins either. But it's just, I think the Dolphins are a better team. I'm anticipating just an incredible effort from the Jets, and they're maximizing their opportunity here. So enjoy the game, everybody. Once we get home from the game, we'll be doing our recap videos. Hopefully we're celebrating a big win, and I'll talk to you on Monday.